Um, oh, early, so we don't forget.
Hey.
Ooh,
Only 2 minutes early. I thought that would be okay.
you're the one that has to edit.
I don't
Hey,
edit for two
Joanne.
minutes at the beginning. I figured that's
No,
okay.
that makes you feel more like you're with your friends.
Yeah,
There you go.
yes, you
There
are.
you go.
Welcome, Mary. I mentioned to those on earlier that I'm going to be using colored pencils today, and it can be any size or colored tile. When you use colored pencils, if you use a colored tile, you have more options to do highlighting and some deepening of the colors. I'm not doing gemstones, however, so you can relax. I am working with a white tile. Okay, we just have another minute to go.
Starting with the tile, or are we starting with the review of tangles we're using?
Oh, always start with the review,
Okay.
always.
All right.
Unless we're continuing the lesson from a previous time.
Okie dokie.
Hi, Anne Marie.
Hello, how are y'all?
Oh, good.
News from last week.
What
Mary Moran. I'm trying to tell her where to get the closed captions, and she's not reading the chat, I guess.
Mm.
Oh, well.
Send her a text.
Yeah, I'll try, but she's not really paying attention to her phone either, so
Ah,
we'll see.
Oh, goodness.
Okay,
Here's my
I'm
book.
gonna get started, or actually, I should wait till Anne Marie gets back.
I should find a white tile here somewhere. Maybe out.
I'll still give you guys a few moments to gather your supplies regardless. Okay, let's get started. Welcome, Susan Schessler.
Hi, I'm Nani.
Hi, Susan.
I'll be dealing with the contractor back and forth and other
Okay,
issues, so.
What's
so
wrong?
place your feet flat on the ground
What's wrong?
and sit straight up. We always start Zentango with offering some gratitude. And we do that when we take in our deep breaths. So we're going to start with the deep breaths at your own pace. And when you're done, we're going to move to our shoulders. I rotate my shoulders up and forward 3 times. Only do this if you can do it with your shoulders. And reverse them the other direction. Then we're going to do our neck rolls. Do them very gently, very slowly.
No.
Never stretching your neck too far in any direction.
No, I think Bailey
Just want to rotate.
Yeah.
David's gonna have to go the
And
rest.
then rotate it in the other direction. Let's just take our hands, shake them up a little bit. And then I'm going to have you spread out each palm separately. So I'm doing my left one right. And so I'm putting tension by spreading out my fingers, and then I'm bringing it in, each finger into my thumb. Just feel that stretch. And then do it in reverse. And then go to the other palm, stretch it out with some tension, And then bring each of your fingers to the thumb and in reverse. And just feel that stretch. Okay, and then I still like doing this myself, but you don't have to. It kind of helps with the wrists as well. All right. I hope you had multiple things to be grateful for. So I've often said to each of you, first of all, thank you for being here this morning. We have a great crew. For me, Fridays Zentangles has always been about self-care. The fact that I get to share this with you is just a bonus. And the reason why it's self-care is Zentangle, if you stick with the basics, takes your mind inward. And then before you know it, the hour 15 minutes is up. And that's what I love about it is you just start to be one with what you're trying to do and everything else fades away. So I know sometimes my classes are a little complicated, but I also try to keep Zentangle basics. So today we're going to work with colored pencils, soft ones. I'm going to show you, I'm going to share my screen. And I'll give you time to get your supplies ready as I struggle with getting my screen ready. Oops. I did not want to. Oh, I see why. Okay. I'm working on a white tile, but because we're working with colored pencils, you may want to work with a colored tile. It doesn't matter what size. And I've got my standard supplies out, my eraser, big one and the little one, the O1, which you will be working in. I'll be working in the PN so you can see my strokes better. The graphite, black and white, as well as a tortillon. Now, because I'm not trying to do, this one is for shading. I am not trying to shade or blend my colors, at least not with the tortillon. And so that's why I have my colorless pencil that goes with the colored pencils. So I'm going to show you what the goal is today. And then you're going to start to pull out your colored pencils. So we've been cooped up a lot, in part because of the weather, in part because of the norovirus going around. So I had planned a design that we were going to take 2 weeks to do because I teach this week and next week. But then I wanted to feel lighter, brighter, but more whimsical. So this is what we're going to do today. This is
Oh,
just a scratch.
I love
And this is
that.
just a suggestion of how you might do it and what you might do. So when Peggy showed us her opus tile, right? She had the mucas, she had the diva dance. No, you didn't do diva dance, but she had the mucas and she had the I know the word.
Tipple.
Had the floors. Okay, so
Yes.
these lines start to do the floors.
Got it.
But I just wanted to give you an idea. And why did I choose to do something like this is because color is hard to do for everyone because you have to choose a color palette. So today we're going to experiment with how you develop your color palette. Okay?
Good.
All right. So
That's fine.
let's first start. Oh, and so this is what I ended up doing.
Ooh.
I chose to use a Diva Dance under the orb,
Mhm.
but it could be Printemps, it could be
Ooh.
Flux, you could add Zinger, you could add anything. I was just trying to give it some weight down at the bottom or underneath it on either side. And I chose to do some shading, but I haven't yet drawn it out. And you can see the difference where I have it not shaded here.
Uh,
I'm just playing around, and that's what I'm hoping that you'll do is play around. Some other things I want to point out is these are just circles, right? Just orbs.
mhm.
And then I chose to go back in with line weight for the first 4 or 5 of them, just to give it a little different emphasis. And the floors, normally you kind of puff them out, but I thought in doing so, it took away from the tangles. So I chose not to do a lot of shading on the floors. This is not completed, by the way. It was just, I wanted to see how it might work out. And I'm going to do this from the start along with you, and you are free to place them wherever you want and to use whatever other of your favorite tangles you might want to use. Okay, so that's where we're going to go with it. Let's start off with the tangles. So Muka, in this case, you've seen Muka where it's just a single like this. For today's composition, we're going to do another classic, which is a Muka, a tall Muka, and then a lower Muka, and then a final one. So how do you do this? Now, if you're left hand, I'm going to do a left-handed, actually, I don't know if it's a left, I'm going to do one in both directions. How about that? Okay. So Muka comes up. Now, you want to stop there, or if you're comfortable, you just keep going around. Stop again, come back up, and come down. And that's the Muka we're going to be using today. Now, this Muka could have been skinnier. It could have touched that area. It all depends on what you want to put in, if anything at all. Tipple would be a good one. Okay, now I'm going to do the opposite direction. Some directions are better than others.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Peggy did this for us in one of the lessons where she showed us how to keep doing the 3 without stopping.
Mm.
So keep practicing. I'm going to do another one. How do I want to do that?
Okay, that's that.
I'm going to do another one where it comes close to it.
Yeah, like that.
And I did a series of 3 together. You'll see it. But just get comfortable doing the 3 to just go up and down. And don't be afraid to stop your pen and then move or rotate your tile as you need to. Now, Diva Dance is one of my favorites because it adds drama. Now, it can be, if you do it in a round like a rose, that's Diva Dance rock and roll. This one is just plain Diva Dance. And how you do it is whatever the surface is that you want to start it around, you ink in. Try not to be symmetrical about it. And in this case, I'm trying to provide a base. So I want it long, elongated. And then you aura it. Now, the standard thing would be, oh, here's a space, I can put another one. And then you aura again. Notice I didn't attempt to put more than one, but you could have. And you can even do another aura without inking in any. And then I might choose to do there, there. And now this one has so many lines, I definitely need to do something here. And then you aura again. Now, some people are really good. You see this ridge that's happening here? That would be a place that you would shade. It doesn't always happen, you know, because you're trying to be organic about this process. But where you find opportunities to shade, that's what you would do. Can I move on to the next one?
Sure.
Okay. Floors, one of the easiest. You typically see floors as a grid like this. But you can make it however you want. So in this case, I just did a bunch of lines. And they aren't all equidistant, nor are they all parallel. And in floors, you take the cross where they intersect, and you can do a diamond. You can do a burst. You can do just a dot. Or you don't have to do anything at all. But floors is typically used as a background to fill in. And sometimes I will actually switch to a gray pen, depending upon the color tile that I'm working on, because I'm trying to really make it look in the background because it's a lighter value than my black pen. Now, these diamonds are a little bit obvious. So I would recommend to you, you can always make them bigger. So start gentle, and if they're too small for your composition, just go back over and make them bigger. Again, it really depends on what you're using this as a background for. Now, what's kind of cool about this is there's a valley happening here and here. So I would, in the shading, I would take advantage of that and bring this up or out. So leave it lighter and then shade in here. You can also, if you're really diligent, you can try to shade them as a pillow. To bring each section in. Let me do this one here. So now you're trying to define each section as its own. I tend not to shade that, but it's just, again, a matter of preference. I kind of look for the opportunities of what, because I like it being like a fabric, like to flow. So I rarely do floors as just a grid. Now I can show you some print-ons, some fluxes, some zingers. Does anyone need that?
Yeah, a review would be good, maybe, just a
Oh.
quick one.
Okay, so print-on, I'll start up here, is typically, okay, most of us just draw it like that. And sometimes we'll leave a sparkle. Okay, and that's typically how you look at it top down. But you could also draw it from a side view and give it some line weight. Actually, that didn't come out too nicely, but you get the idea where you can turn it more on its side rather than just from the top down. So that's print-on. Flux is nothing more than if you have a stem. You don't even need a stem, but you need a border of some sort. And you just go out, come back in, and you can build upon that, round and in. You can even go up, come in, and just build on that. And you typically have a line and either 1 or 2 dots. So this is print-on. And this is flux.
Thank you so much. This is a help.
And zinger. So you also can use fescues, right? So fescues are just little, I kind of like fescues because you can cross them and they just kind of look elegant. And you can color them in, you can leave a little highlight. And they're really good fillers in addition to other orbs. But we're using so many orbs on this one that I didn't want to give that. And so pick a favorite of yours. You don't have to follow exactly what I do. Okay, everyone, if you haven't gotten out your colored pencils, please do so now. And use a scratch to do this next portion of the lesson. And then we'll get to doing the actual tile. Rather than ask if everyone is ready, is there anyone that is not ready?
I'm not ready.
Let me know when you are. We'll wait for you.
Can you pull the card down a little bit?
Sure.
That's
You
good.
do
Thank
not
you.
need to use the colors I am using.
Right.
So the main thing, I'm starting in this quadrant, by the way. The main thing is to have a darker, a lighter, and a lighter still.
Colors out.
Now on the screen, this one is looking more like the yellow, but it's actually this one. How interesting. And you will see that I'm using the yellow in here and in here. And then I'm using a green in here and in here. And for the purple, I'm using the red that's in here. So you see how I'm crossing over? So let's just start with the red, or a quadrant that has 3 different hues: darker, medium, and lighter. So when you do, now this tile that I'm using is an apprentice tile. It does not have the same tooth that our tiles do, okay? And you're probably doing it on a scratch, so you'll be in the same situation. So when you color, circular motions, so I'm laying the darkest one down first. Now I'm using an oversized orb so that you can see better of what I'm trying to do. You should also pick where you want your lightest area. So I'm just doing this uniformly. It doesn't have to be this way. You could choose the center to be your light spot. I'm choosing the lower right-hand quadrant for all of these. So I'm going to want my dark one to be at least 3/4 of the way around. And you notice I'm not laying it down too dark. It just happens to be my darkest one. But notice as well of how much I keep going over it. And that's how it gets darker. Now I'm not trying to be too perfect. And then I'm going to go in with my the middle tone, and then go over that. Again, circular motions. And I'm coming in. And notice how I've gone back over the original. This is to help the blending better. Then I'm going to go to my lower or lightest. And still go back over. Not as much. And then finally, I'm going to do some yellow. And because I'm working on a white, the yellow kind of helps emphasize the white. This is really interesting. If I look at my tile to do it, it's different than what you're seeing. So I'm looking at the screen now. Now, if I were going to do this as a gemstone, I'm only going to do it on the first one. If I were going to do a gemstone, I would definitely pick out where my white or where my highlight is. And then I'd really go back in with the dark one. So now I'm using more pressure. And remember that timid edge that we talked about before? Definitely do not want a timid edge when you're doing a gemstone. And the other thing you have to remember when you're using colored pencils is to reclaim your original lines, because it's hard not to go over your lines. So gemstones are much more believable when you have really, 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 really dark boundaries or edges, which is why you try to put a frame around your gemstone. It could be print-ons, it could be smaller orbs, it could just be an aura, but it helps to separate the darkest. So I'm going back over that again. And because it's a gemstone, you are flattening your tooth of the paper.
Hanani,
Yes, dear.
I'm having difficulty distinguishing the colors. The uppermost one is red.
So this is the way to think of color. A darker color, a medium color of the same family, and a lighter one. That's all you need to know.
Okay.
It doesn't matter if it's red or purple or orange. You just want a dark, a medium, and a light. And that's how you should think of color. Did that help?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't answer your question specifically. So the red is actually a carmine red, a permanent red, and a neon orange. Those are the colors that I'm using.
Okay.
I always get into a habit of doing this on the back of my tiles because it helps me to think for future projects
That's not,
what worked and what didn't work.
no.
You can also tell by looking at your colored pencils which ones are down to stubs and which ones have points.
Yes.
So I laid down the darkest as much as I could. It's actually looking orange on here,
Yeah.
but not on my tile, just on the screen. And then I'm going back in with the medium. And again, you want to go back over even the darker one. I'm rotating my pencil because I'm getting a flat spot. And I'm going to go to the lightest. Now I started off with red and I just happened to pick neon orange. I have no idea why, but it was lighter. See that, Mary? See, that's the point is it doesn't matter if it was a lighter red. Orange seemed to work in this profile of
Okay.
dark, medium, and light. It just happened that the orange worked out, or I chose the orange. Wish I hadn't made these so big because now it's taking longer. But you get the idea of going back over, right?
Yes.
And you just take your time. Now, your orbs won't be as big as what I've got here, so it won't take you as long.
No.
I'm going to now use the orange or the yellow. I'm looking at my tile instead of the screen, just to give me a little better perspective. And then finally, the colorless pencil. See how that deepens it? Because now the tooth, what little tooth I have on this is being flattened. So that's why the color is going down into the tooth. Now you can also use a white colored pencil to do this same thing. Now I know I'm spending a lot of time on the color, but this is one thing that I know many of you are not as comfortable with. So I'm trying to give you, more comfort with this. Now, because I'm working on white, I have to go to the white pencil now to blend that. Because the colorless can't do anything because it's colorless. And see how that just blends it all? Now I could take the white and try to make it for the rest, but I'm not. And then finally you would do a highlight. I always, by the way, use the back of my palm to make sure that my highlight works. And in this case, because it's a big Maybe it's not gonna work. Okay. You normally work on smaller gemstones, so you don't normally have to draw your highlight in as I'm trying to do. And let me try another highlight pen, which is not unusual to have to do to get the ink to flow. Something like that. And that's because this one is an extra big orb. Again, you normally work with really small ones. Was this helpful?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
I'm going to move just to the green because, and so I'm going to put these away. In this case, Mary, I took a dark and a light. And the purpose of going through the different dark, medium, and light is to bring your colors to give depth because of the differences in values, as well as some highlights. So I'm going to start off the green. Now I'm going to move faster, guys, because I am trying to achieve this. I would color these in more detail, but since I'm not trying to do a gemstone, I'm going to go faster. And I'm hoping not to have to use the tortillon. Because when you're using colored pencils and you have to use tortillons, you go through your tortillons because you have to use a different one for each color. This does not work as well with a hardcore colored pencil. Now note on this darker one, because I'm only using two values and then I'm introducing the yellow, is I'm making this part really light. So darker around the outside. And lighter towards the center. And then I'm going to come in with that other value. And I left a little for the yellow to come through. I'm even taking the yellow back up. Basically, I'm trying to blend. Now, the screen picks up more detail than what I can see on my tile, just so you know. In other words, this doesn't look real perfect or good to my eyes on the screen, but on the tile, even though it's an apprentice tile, I'm good with this. Now, if you wanted to go over with the colorless pencil, you could, but I don't know if I'm going to do that today. Okay, so that's green, basically two colors, but giving it some dimension with the addition of the yellow. I'm moving on to the blue. Same, oops. Same deal, dark, medium, and light. Is that right? Yep. And then I chose, because it's going to be part of the composition, the green to give it a little bit more dimension. So again,
Mm.
is this helpful, guys?
Yeah.
It's frustrating.
Very helpful.
Frustrating.
Well,
Well, trying to keep up while you're doing it,
it's kind of tough.
yeah. And I don't have my colors picked out and it's, yeah.
Okay, so guys,
Mhm.
rather than trying to do it with me, just look up at what I'm doing and the concept of dark, medium, and light. That's what I want you to remember from this. And the fact that you will lay down your dark first. Some people actually lay down the light one. I have trouble doing that. And then come back in with your medium color. Even if it's not in the same family color, that would be okay. And then come in with the lighter one. Now my circles are getting bigger with the lighter one because I'm trying to blend. And then I'm going to go in with the green. Now I'm not doing green everywhere. I'm just trying to give it some dimension. On your white, when you actually work with the tile with tooth, you'll see it better on how far you take it, what feels right to you. And you may, like, I want to go back in with the darker one. It just felt like I needed to do that. I know that doesn't help you with your, as an instruction, but this really tells you, does it feel right or doesn't it? Okay. So that's the blue, and then the purple. See, I chose just as I did with the blue and the green. Blue and green are much closer, but red and purple kind of works together as well.
Well, that's because those two go together to make
The purple. Same concept. The darker one gets laid. I'm going fast here, so I'm not doing my timid lines here. Rotating my pencil because I'm now getting flat on that one side because I've used it so much. Sometimes that's all you need to do is rotate your pencil versus always sharpening it. Pretty sure I'm going to go back in with more of the darker one. Now this gets kind of funky because I'm actually doing a dark around my highlight. So I have to bring it up more into the orb itself. I'm going to reclaim some of this color, darker color. I'm going to go over the red. And then I'm going to bring back the lightest color. Now, you can do whatever you want on this. It's just, I'm playing around. So I want you to have some fun with the coloring. It's not just one layer of color, but several. And then if you want to, at the end, you can use your colorless. All right, let's get ready. Get your tiles out. Are we okay to move on?
No.
Well, see, the closer you get your composition, the easier you'll get to coloring. Okay, again, this is a sample of a composition. I chose to use Diva Dance as my base, but you don't even have to do that. I'm going to do 3 mucas around each orb. And then these are just orbs, trails of orbs. Now, you see how this one kind of came out crooked?
Mm-hmm.
Perfectly fine. Some of these just follow, because I was trying to like swirl around, sort of, so to speak. But you don't have to. You can do a lot of whatever. Some can be really long, some can be shorter. It's your tile. Okay, I'm working on a 5x5, and that's because I'm teaching and it's easier for you to see what I'm doing. Put the corner dots, please, and draw your border. And I'll wait till you guys have all done that. If you're working on is anyone working on a Zendala? Or is everyone working on a square tile?
Square tile.
Where?
Okay.
Okay.
So my mother was Chinese, and Asians believe that odd numbers are not that they're unbalanced, but that suggests more could happen. When things are even, then it's done. So I always look for odd numbers. So I'm going to draw 5 circles of varying sizes. I'm going to choose this one off center because I never do center compositions. So I'm just going to draw a circle. And yes, I already have a little bit of graphite laid down, but you saw me stop and turn my tile. So that's my first circle. I'm going to do one up in this corner, but it's a smaller circle, so I don't feel like I need to turn my tile around. Okay, so that was smaller. And this one I'm going to make in between this size, kind of. In other words, I don't want all my circles to be of the same size. And this one's going to be a smaller one in this corner. And I'm putting a random one up here to give me my 5. And that's the smallest one yet. So your tiles should have your borders in graphite and 5 circles of varying different sizes.
Okay.
Now I want to point out before we continue that at the end of each of your legs, you will be coloring them or not, your choice.
Okay.
But you'll see that you have to give space so that they can exist. All right. Now, in one, where is it? Oh, here, this one. I had 2 legs go to 1 orb. It just, I don't know why, I just did. And this leg had no orbs. All the others have varying sizes of orbs. Oh, and this one I didn't actually have an orb, I just colored the last one. So you want some variation, but space them out because once you start to do the color, you don't want them all, for example, if I had put all my orbs here, then I'd have no color on this side. And this one was so big in between, I ended up putting another Muka inside. Again, just go with the flow. All right, so how do you start this? All right, you're gonna have to watch me do this. So I'm gonna start by bringing up my first Muka. I can't talk and do that, so I had to be quiet. Okay, so I've placed it. It didn't have to be vertical on this orb. I just happened to make that one vertical. But my next one is next to it. And the next one still. Now, they don't have to be as close as I have them. It doesn't really matter. In fact, I prefer that they not be that close. I'm just a little nervous. Now, if your mukas are better the other direction, have at it, go this way. And if you want, you can have mukas on this side too. Should I do that? Okay. So now I'm going to use my graphite because I want to, and I'm going to make it take off. Did you see what I just did? I came back here and made a leg that way. I'm going to want another leg somewhere there and there. Again, odd numbers, so I have 5 legs. But here's the trick. You got to make them look like they're all coming from, you don't have to. I was trying to make them look like they all came. So start off with real tiny. And this is where the Zen comes in, guys. And don't worry if you don't follow your leg line. And this is where you want to relax. One orb at a time. And as you get closer to the end of it, start to increase them ever so slightly. And if you feel like you want a bigger orb that you want to color at the end, you can put it there. And that's all you do. And you just keep doing more. I'm going to do this one because I want to complete the diva dance. And then I'm going to let you go on your own to start doing the other orbs. This orb, this fifth one, I'm not going to do anything with it. I just needed an orb for color in that area. I'm trying to rush so I can get through this so you can see. I'm beginning to increase this. And I haven't decided if I want an orb, if I just want to end it that way. And then for the diva dance, I would make my blob there, one there, and one here. Aura. If you put in your dark blobs every time you draw the aura, it gets really heavy. So be judicious as you add your dark blobs. Okay? Easy enough? This one I have to think through because these mucas are so close. Yeah, I think my mucas have to come out here, which means my legs are going to cross over. So maybe not. Okay, let me think. Okay. On this one, I'm going to make my mucas come out here. On this corner one, I made my legs come out. And I don't want to do just a short one there, so I made it come out from the other side.
Say that again.
So the design I was going for was the mucus are on one side of the orb and then the legs radiate out.
Uh-huh.
But I jammed myself up here. Not an issue. It's just you have to think it through. So now this leg, I can't put an orb, so I can't put color there.
Uh-huh.
This one I can still do it, and this one can come out even further and still do it. And
See.
if I do a fifth one, it gets short. So I did one on the other side so I could put an orb and a color.
I follow.
That's all. And this orb is not going to have anything around it, just color.
Which orb?
This one in the upper right, it's the
Okay.
smallest orb.
Yeah.
And it's small because I wanted it just for color.
Okay.
I'm trying to balance the composition. And on this one, I'm going to, this is not my best direction for mucus. And I'm going to rotate my tile. And rotate it one more time. Now I've shown my legs radially as straight lines, but recall, when you're doing it, you don't have to make them straight. It's just giving me some sense of where I'm going to be putting the leg orbs.
Yeah.
And on this orb, I'm going to put my mucus on this side. Because I want the radial legs to come out here. Now this one, you notice, or you may not notice, but I did not, but this second, so we're in groups of 3, right? And all the other times I've been taking my second muca up the first. This one I did not. It's not important. It just happened. That's what I was doing as a pattern. Mm. I wanted to put a leg here, but if I do that, I don't have much of a base for my, if I erased it, then my diva dance has to be right there. And that's not good. There's not enough space to make a diva dance. Which then I could put something else there. Hmm. Okay. I'm gonna erase that one because I don't have much of a base either. And I'll just. Questions, need help? Silence.
Yeah.
I'm having trouble working on the small square. I can't position my beginning orbs
Yeah, I made one of my
to
old
fit.
schools.
You know what, Anne, a
Yeah,
suggestion, turn your square tile over and work on the back,
yeah,
okay? And just start with 3 orbs.
yeah,
Would that be helpful?
yeah. I'm going to give that a try. No, you know what? I'm going to go to a larger square.
Oh.
And I'm still going to start with 3 squares.
And that's perfectly fine because when you put in your floors, you can use the background to give it more depth.
Yeah. All right.
I should have tried this on a regular size tile.
Yeah, it kind of gets crowded. Would have been better with 4. Yeah, they kind of overlap. No, there's nothing up there. I don't like that.
Don't be afraid to ask a question or to get midway advice from any of us.
Bless.
Yes.
Coloring over the whole thing with a colorless pencil really makes a huge difference.
Say again, the colorless pencil?
Coloring over when you finish doing your shading, coloring over the whole thing, it really makes a huge difference.
I don't have a colorless pencil, Hanani.
Yes, you do.
I do.
Yes, oh, well, excuse me. Peggy, help me out. We gave you
I
the.
think it might have been the session when Gwen wasn't participating.
Did
I
you
was-
get a 555 black graphite pencil, Gwen?
No.
Then
Yeah,
that's.
we sent that, Hanani, we sent that packet out when Gwen wasn't participating.
Sorry, dear.
When I was recovering.
Right, exactly.
Can I order one?
I will rectify that.
Oh,
Yeah, Hanani can make the kit up for you,
okay.
or I can, or one of us can.
Well, I'm close to Hanani's. I've got to get more tiles.
Yeah, version of the kit.
How are you doing with the weather, Peggy?
Well, what we've got at this point is we managed to avoid the ice storm last week, at least in our area. It was more east and north. Here we're just being, I mean, we're going down to 15 tomorrow.
Oh, God.
So that's and we're not getting above freezing until Monday or Tuesday, maybe.
Oh, boy. That's rough.
So it's just a back and forth.
It's a matter of being prepared,
Yeah.
I guess.
just in case.
I don't know. My Comcast went out for all day yesterday. It hasn't ever done that. So.
We have been so lucky here. I in this area.
Where are you?
I'm at Northside Parkway and West Paces, basically.
She's in
So it's
Atlanta,
north-
just
it's
up.
it's in Atlanta, but it's really close to Cobb County.
Okay.
north.
I'm not
Yeah.
not familiar with the geography.
Right, that's what I'm saying, just kind of north Atlanta.
Okay, thanks.
I'm in Ohio and we got 14 inches.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
my
you did.
Bless your
Lord.
heart.
Win.
It's so
my
pretty. I love it
Lord.
though.
Win.
I love it.
We got 17 inches in Nazareth.
Oh, nice. It's so
Okay.
pretty.
Yeah,
I'm
It's
tired
better
of it.
than freezing rain, y'all.
Yeah.
you got
Yes.
that right.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's ice is a deal breaker. Even we can't deal with ice.
Yep, yep, yep. It's
I
bad. That's
enjoyed
why
it a lot more
Mississippi
when my
is a
children
mess.
were little and they went out to play.
Ice is what takes down the power lines.
Exactly.
Yeah. And that's a mess.
This coming weekend is supposed to be very bad for the Midwest
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
and the South.
We're not supposed to get too much though, just cold.
Don't forget to sharpen your pencils. And then when you're done coloring and shading, go back in and reclaim your lines, add line weight. You kind of have to wait till you're done to go back and look at that stuff.
Need to do.
Do you ever go back over some of your old compositions and think,
Yeah.
oh, I should have done that? And then you like want to do it? I think it's a slippery slope to do that. Well, this is growth. This is how you get to where you're at today.
I'm using the ones I do to send birthday cards to people. And they're always surprised when they get that, and you can personalize them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really enjoying doing that.
Right. We're at 11:54, so I'm going to have you all raise your heads. We're going to share. Before I unshare my screen, I just wanted to show you what I did with the colors.
Oh,
Oh, beautiful.
Uh-huh.
Now, we don't even need floors in the background if you don't want, right? You can just leave this composition, put in your borders, and call it a day. I'm not even going to color in the legs because I kind of like the orbs. Plus, I also enjoyed the process of laying down the orbs.
do you mind
I
if
will
I
go
take
back. Say again?
Yeah, I could take a
do you mind
picture.
if I take a picture?
Oh, okay. Sure.
I'm leaving room to write words on them for the cards.
Yeah, I like that.
And I'm just going to use graphite to do shading. I'm not going to add any more color to this tangle here. I'm just going to shade lightly.
I'm sorry, did you say you are gonna do
I am not.
floors in the background or not?
I'm going to wait till I'm done with
Yeah.
the coloring because this looks a little tight
Yes.
to have floors. And here, I'm looking at how big this orb is compared to this one. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure I'm going to have space to do the floors. So I might do something more subtle. I'm not sure yet. And that's what I mean. You always have to look at your composition to see how it unfolds.
Nani, if you're teaching next week, could you continue this?
Sure. I didn't mean to sound, of course I could.
Gotcha.
I didn't know
If
if you,
everybody wants that.
right.
Yeah. Yeah,
People?
I do.
Okay. Then I might introduce letters.
Okay.
Okay.
Not on this composition, but as part of what Margaret is saying when you do cards.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, I can do that. So I'll finish this then and show you how I finally decided to work on it. I hope coloring is less intimidating. You just layer, use circular motions, layer, layer, layer. And it doesn't have to be in the same color family, as long as you have at least a dark, a medium, and a light. Then you're able to achieve a lot of color variations. I always wanted to get those color pencils that had the most number of pencils in there,
Yeah.
but then I can't figure out which ones to use. So I
Yeah.
have a lot of pointed ones. So now I'm learning to trust myself better and just mix the colors. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing so that, wait, so do you guys want to share or is it just?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
share.
Okay,
Let's share.
let me stop.
Even if you're not finished, that's okay. And then you can share next week when you finish.
Okie doke.
Am I going, Haunani?
Yes, please.
Susan Michelson, do you want to share, babe?
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Cool
nice.
beans.
Got a lot to do.
Yes. But look at how well you colored. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
That's
exactly.
really good.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Cool beans. Mary, Moran, woohoo, you want to show? You're muted, honey. There you go. Okay.
Not much to
Oh,
show.
Back
Yes,
a little
it
bit.
is.
Back.
That's
That's
beautiful.
wonderful. That's
Very
wonderful.
nice.
Pretty.
Very
I like
nice.
that.
But
Your mukas are better than
a lot of fun.
Absolutely. I got to
Just-
practice on mucus.
Yeah.
Mimi, do you want to share? You're muted, honey.
Okay.
There you go.
Now what's in the, oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my goodness.
You're so
And
fast.
highlights.
Amazing.
Well, I'm not
You're
finished.
really good.
I'm just-
Oh, wow.
Very
It
nice.
looks fantastic.
Very
What kind of
nice.
pencils are you
It's
using?
alive.
What
Yeah.
pencils are you using, Mary? Mimi, what
Mary,
pencils
Mimi,
are you using,
mean-
honey?
It's the polychromos color.
His Prismacolor?
Uh-huh.
Looks like a
Oh.
Prismacolor
No,
box.
this is what,
Oh,
Oh, you're using
okay.
Faber-Castell. Awesome.
they're nice.
That's even more impressive. Okie dokie, that looks cool. Let me look. I lost track. Gwen, do you want to show or not, honey?
Yeah, I will.
Good.
As far as I am.
Yeah, yeah. Everybody's not.
Oh,
That's
Wow.
awesome.
sweet.
Nice.
Also good
My
coloring.
mucas are not big enough. I make them tiny.
I know. Mukas are a
All right.
trick, aren't they?
They're a trick. They are
Yeah,
really a
I
trick.
agree. Marie, do you want to share?
Not really, but I will.
Okay, that's a good thing.
Oh,
Yes.
oh, I
Wow.
like
Look at
that.
That
I
is
like
awesome.
that.
Yes.
Just keep drawing.
Good deal.
Thank you, Marie.
Get a big gold star.
There you go. iPad. I'm sorry, Anne. I was just reading
Oh,
names and I
sorry.
went, iPad Anne. No.
Yeah. Well, I'm
Oh,
having
no, that's great.
Oh,
nah,
nice.
A wonderful design.
composition doesn't.
Your mucus are really nice and
They
big.
are.
Very nice
Uh,
cookies.
So I
Diamond.
tried on the scrap paper for the coloring.
Ooh, that's
Yeah,
good.
that's good.
I
Yeah,
have some
that's
work to do.
but that's
Well,
that's nice.
then next
But
week will be
Just that
perfect.
alone is perfect. You don't even have to do more to that coloring orb.
I was
I
gonna say
like
that
your
was great.
gray as your light color.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
stealing that idea.
Different.
Hey, yeah, it is a good idea. Margaret.
Okay. Wait a minute. Yeah.
Oh,
Ooh,
Let's
that's
go.
nice,
Margaret.
Beautiful.
very nice.
Thank you.
Really
Good colors.
Nice.
Thank you.
Mike and Myra.
Okay.
Okay.
Slow but steady. I figured
That's all right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I love
You
it.
can write words under
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
adding other ones you have now. You have a chance to decide where you want them to go.
And you really opened up. You didn't make it tiny.
Right.
Yeah.
I know. I'm working on that.
Yay.
Mike.
Here's mine.
Oh,
yum.
oh, I
love
love
that.
that.
Didn't want to
Yeah,
put
I like
words,
those.
so
I
I
like the way you did your
It
legs.
was pretty.
They're different.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And your
Awesome.
mucus are good.
See, look at that. Muka is our friend, y'all. Okay, Mary, how do you want to share, hon?
No, but I'm going to work on this tile this week and I'll show you next week.
All right,
Okay.
you got it, girl. All right, Joanne.
All right, I don't have much. I started over, but
Oh no, that's gonna be nice.
Oh, those are
That's
That
perfect.
will be nice.
I found it was, I tried this tile and it was too crowded
Right.
to really do the,
I apologize for that because I'm
Yeah.
working on a bigger tile. I should have known to just go with 3 for the smaller tile.
yeah, I think 3 is going to work for me anyway.
Well,
Yeah,
that's all right. You got a chance to practice.
That's
yeah,
right.
yes.
Okay, Mary Veronica, do you want to show? Sure.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
I like the
awesome.
blue.
Nice.
Blue.
Blue is pretty.
That is awesome. Look at that
Yes.
coloring.
Yeah.
All
And the
right,
line
girl.
weight for the
I'd like-
legs.
I would like to declare that I enjoy coloring.
Oh, well, you're good at it.
Hooray!
It shows.
Hooray!
But anyway, with some little practice and relaxed hand, that's a lot of it. So,
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
so now I enjoy it.
Good.
Awesome.
as
We're
afraid.
glad to
Good.
hear it. Anne Marie.
All right.
Anne Marie in snowy Ohio.
I am. All right. So
Ooh,
Wow.
Nice.
beautiful.
Wow.
this,
Very
I
nice.
wish
Yeah.
I hadn't put the floor in because I liked it before a little bit, but I don't like mucas. I'm not good at them, so I
They're tough.
don't know what that flower thing is
These
called,
are
but I like it,
drums.
so I did that.
Penadrum.
But this is a
Henna
good.
Henna drum.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
okay,
you
okay.
achieve the intent.
I
But
like
this is
That's right.
a cautionary
It's awesome.
tale of maybe not putting it. And the floor looked okay before I started adding all the little doodaddies or whatever.
Yep.
And so now
I
I'm gonna
like
start
the
over.
doodaddy things.
Do you? Okay.
I like that instead of the, whatever, the diamond shape that
Because
that
the
is
diamond is so
usually done with
heavy.
floors.
Yeah.
I like that better because it's not as intense.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
You might find with shading around your orbs,
Okay.
that the floor starts to recede.
Recede. Yep.
Oh, true. It just got kind of like chaotic.
Yeah.
I know. Busy, right?
I'll
Too
play with
busy.
it this week.
There you go. Okay, Janet.
Okay. I also did not get very far, but
Oh,
Okay.
But I
That's
like
right.
the
It's
Coloring
very
is
nice.
beautiful.
yes.
Yeah.
Great.
Oh,
shade
good color.
I like
Oh,
your colors.
God.
Good.
And you're
Cool.
just using colored pencils too?
Yes. Yes, I use the Prismacolor.
Yeah.
Okay. I ordered the Prismacolor, but I ordered the watercolor ones and I sent them back. So now I have to just get the regular ones because I tested it out a little bit and I'd rather just, I don't know,
Right.
maybe just use real watercolor instead of the
Yes,
pencil.
exactly.
I'm like, I'm already not good with pencils. Why add another medium to it? So
Right now, yes, exactly. Start with one medium and then graduate, right?
exactly. So I'll get the new pencils by next class. So
Cool beans. Susan Chesler.
Okay, this is beginning.
Can we
Yes.
tip it?
Okay,
Really tip it, yeah.
Tip it a little bit, Susan.
there we
you
go.
There
There we
you
go.
go.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
that's
I
cool.
like
I
that.
like that.
Yeah.
I have trouble graduating the circles from small to larger. But
Takes
then
time.
this
Yes.
is the
Oh,
practice.
Awesome.
that's
Well, that's
nice.
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 Oh, wow.
Shows
Very
up
pretty.
terribly here.
Cool beans.
Coming, it's
Georgia, are
coming.
you with us? No. Okay, I'll show mine. I missed, I guess. I don't know. So I have to admit I went rogue.
Okay.
You always get
Okay.
I love it.
Oh,
I
Wow.
love
So,
that.
there we
I
go.
like
Nice.
I
Wow.
went,
Wow.
well, it was in focus a minute ago.
I
There
love
it
There
is.
you go.
There you go.
I
Here.
went with the,
together.
Wow.
I
Really.
decided to go with the phi tile.
Nice.
Yes, that was a good
I think
idea.
that was really good idea. Just hold it there for a second, Peggy. I really like
Yeah,
that.
that's super.
I like
Love it.
that. I
Yeah.
got hang on
They're
for a
so
second,
good.
get my camera.
Okay, but no, but here, the part about what how Nani did that was so wonderful is she told you to let your design drive the tile, right?
Mhm.
And
Yes.
so I started off with my mucas coming out like I was supposed to, but you know me, my mucas are always wild. I just have wild mucas. I can never make them do a particular thing. They
I made
just
a-
come out of the end of my pen
Tiny.
weird. So however they want, they run my life, I guess. Mucas run me. What can I tell you?
But Peggy's tile is an example of how you have your favorite, just like Mike
Yeah.
Yep.
Jones
Yep.
as well. You have
Yep.
your favorite
Okay, good.
tangles
Yeah, I have
and
favorites.
you add them in together.
But
So
do you
I would-
remember? I'm sorry, go ahead, Hanani. I
So
apologize.
the purpose today was to remind you of what Zen is in Zentangle, with all those circles, just one circle after the other. Susan Schessler. So that's why it was difficult for you, because in a class you're trying to rush them, but if you're by yourself and you just do one circle after another, before you know it, you're done with that leg, and it's like it feels really good.
Yeah.
So
That's-
that was part of
that's-
it. And the other was to continue to demystify coloring. Just mix it up, but have the technique of circular application, dark, medium, and light, and layer, layer, layer.
Yeah.
The color part was amazing because to me, being able to just do those and have them pop out from everything else,
Yes.
it was
Yes.
wonderful. I loved it. And I found my turquoise, Hanani, my turquoise pencil.
All right.
But you also see on a brown or the tan tile
Yes, that's
how the
true.
color really shines better
Yeah.
than on a white.
Yeah.
I have to admit that was true. And I didn't really think about that, but it is such a difference.
That's
That
good.
is
We
gorgeous.
may have to make sure
Love
they
it.
have better supplies in the colored tiles.
Yeah, well, we
We may
have
have
enough,
to-
so.
We may have to,
Yeah,
yeah,
we have plenty.
rethink
We
that.
can send out some tan tiles. We have lots of them. So that would be a good thing to do.
I
huh?
want to get to their darker tan tiles and start
I
working
know,
with
to
them.
try the new color. Yeah.
But
yeah.
we got to get rid of our current inventory. Yes, Susan.
Can I show the trial ones that you did first? Because it's not coming clear on my video,
Sure.
and I want your judgment on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the blue and the green especially. That's
Okay.
gorgeous.
It's funny because it does not appear on my screen very well at all.
Yeah.
Susan, I can relate to that. When both Peggy and I are teaching, what we see down at our tile, when we're looking at our tile, is different than when I look up at the screen at what you guys are seeing.
Yeah, okay. I don't,
What I was going to
Okay.
say,
good.
I'm sorry, go ahead. Who-
No, I
Oh.
just wanted to be sure that I'm doing the layover colors correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Good, thank you.
Mary, did you have something?
Yeah, I wanted to share
Okay,
this
just a
set
minute.
of pencils.
Back it up a little bit, hon. Back.
I found these at
Oh.
Richard's Variety Store. The
Oh.
whole set was $15.
Ooh.
I
Oh.
love it.
And you know, that's right around the
It's,
corner from me.
Mary?
it's called Studio Series.
Are they watercolor pencils?
I doubt it for 15, but
Yeah, but usually that end isn't a, okay, well, hey, it's a deal. Go for it, girl.
Yeah.
well, folks, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedules to be with us today.
Oh.
We always appreciate this. It's like a family and it's self-care for me on Fridays.
Yes.
So thank you so very much.
Great.
And we'll
Okay, just
continue
one
this
last
next
thing
week.
to let you know. Next week, I will be in Delaware. And so I'll come on and we'll get set up, but you'll probably see me go away.
I want to get clarification for next week. Everyone will do the composition however you decide to do it. And then are we coloring next week or
Yeah,
we're going to?
that sounds good.
Okay, so we're going to color next week. Is that what you're saying? Versus you trying to color and then show what you did?
Yeah.
What are we
Maybe.
going to color? This pic.
Whatever you think we should do.
It seems like a lot of people have started coloring.
Right.
So-
That's why I'm asking for clarification.
Right.
I'm happy to do this class, continue this class, but I want to know at what point I continue.
Did you talk about doing letters?
I wanted, Mary Veronica, I'll come back to you. I wanted, because of Margaret's comment, I wanted to work on getting you guys to use letters for cards or messages. And then we have to do our compositions differently. I'm not asking you to handwrite your note or handwrite thank you. I'm trying to show you different ways you can incorporate Zentangle in lettering, but not all the letters.
Okay.
Oh.
Nice.
Like the
Yes.
first letter or something to
Right.
set off the
I
tone.
wanted to mention that I do the best with coloring with Carbothello. I really, really can get much more out of it than with that. And I have a spray, so.
And you should.
Yeah.
Because that one works for you.
Really works.
Mary Veronica?
I was just gonna say that at some point, I'd love you to do a class on lettering, whether it's next week or so. But
I
at some
was
point,
going
I'd
to say
love
the
that.
same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Letter,
And
I
then
would like to
we'll
move
come-
on to lettering, yeah.
Let's do this. We'll start off the class with everyone showing us at where you're at with this week's lesson. How far you have either you've completed it or you're partially completed it and you've got questions and that's why you didn't complete it. We'll spend the first 30 minutes doing that. And then the next 45 minutes, we'll end up doing lettering techniques for
Oh.
Zen.
Good.
That sound like a plan?
Sounds good.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a plan.
Hanani, is it possible for you to stay on Zoom so that I can test out a second webcam?
Sure.
Okay, that'd be
Okay.
great.
Y'all.
Thank you.
So much. This is
Bye-bye.
good.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good week. Stay warm.
Stay safe and warm, everybody.
Yes, really.
Yes.
Stop recording.